What are you seeing as far as when people come in and start using it? What are the benefits, let's say, that people have noticed? Can you give a checklist of those?
Yeah, they're pretty long lists. Obviously, things like pain, both chronic and acute pain, arthritis, all the pain-related things can really shift pretty quickly with people. Emotional balance, anxiety, sleep issues, all of these things have really, we've seen go on with the crystal fusion light. And it works on animals. It's, so it's not, an imaginary thing or quote unquote placebo, which is a huge part of healing. I mean, placebo is probably the biggest part of healing, but it's something that's measurable. We both have worked with some technologies that you can measurably see the difference before and after, as well as taking pictures for just the face. You can see dramatic differences right off the bat almost. So it's pretty pronounced. So really anything that requires the body to be in balance is going to be assisted. And really life is all about balance, especially homeostasis, as we call it.
Absolutely. And as Joe Dispenza wrote, you are the placebo. We have to appreciate that. And we are all placebo effects. And as far as the crystals utilized, I know a little bit of this through working with John Wayland and the Stellar Deluxe, where you change out certain crystals to, for different impact on the body, different information, of course. What type of crystals are you using, and are there specific combinations that you have?
Yeah, well, we do. We use raw crystals as opposed to the polished, pretty ones like you get in the crystal shop, because the raw ones have the more innate energy. It's not buffed out of them, and we use different combinations of them. Ours is a little different than the Stellar Deluxe in that you don't manually put the crystals in and out of the device. These are pre-made. Actually, I got one here, just little packages of crystals in a kind of an acrylic and a ruggedized enclosure. And they pop on and off very quickly to the light source. And so they're pre-balanced, and you don't have to worry about losing the crystals or, putting the wrong ones in it or anything. And then there's also a whole color system inside of this, which is, I think, one advance is that we've actually put the full Denshaw color therapy system in. So we've matched the color therapy to the crystals. And I have about 20-something different combinations. Primarily, there's a main crystal like an amethyst, or this is a sapphire here. But there are other supporting crystals in there that help with balance, that help the body do some different things. But I name it after the primary crystal. And so sapphire, amethyst, ruby, rose quartz, some of the common ones. And there's things like moldavite and, sugilite, some kind of rare stones and all too that have some pretty interesting effects. So it's quite fun because I'm getting much more involved in the crystal mixtures than I was initially when I worked before I developed my own system. And so it's been fascinating to learn a lot more about how those interact and work together.
Yeah, it's incredible to see how these things that were, on Earth forever can impact us in such different ways and in different synergies, in different combinations together. Like most of nature works, doesn't work alone. It works in those synergies together.